Now let us move on to the next lesson, business process automation and its risks. So in this lesson, what you will learn? You will learn about how to automate the business process, and while automating the business process, what are the risks that are involved. Okay, the most pertinent lesson to you, because in every organization, the business processes will be automated, and while automating, you will come across lot of risks. So you need to understand what are the risks involved and what are the controls need to be in place. Now, what is the weightage of this lesson? What is the what will be the weightage? Oh, in November 24, 4, 10, 8, 6, 14, 6, 20 marks. Okay, you got it, but not all the time. Okay, so on an average, you can say some 4 to 10 marks you may get from this lesson, right? Yeah. Now, what is EIS? Sir, already, now you are telling what is EIS. Okay, already some lessons are finished. So, we need not learn what is EIS now. Now, this is an important question. What is business process and what are the categories of business processes? Please listen. Your attention is very important. What is business process? Any activity that you perform to deliver service to your customer in your organization is called as a business process. In Masterminds, material making is a business process. In Masterminds, examination is a business process. Sir, in examination, what business will be there? Payment, and you should not say, yes, examination is a business process. I am paying study hours and revision exam. No, not that. Business process means any activity that you do to offer your service to the customer, that is called as a business process. And these business processes will change from organization to organization. In a bank, what is a business process? Depositing money, withdrawal money, account transfer. These are all business processes. In a hospital, what is a business process? Performing injection to a student, performing operation to a patient. These are all business processes there. So business processes vary from organization to organization. So business process is an activity or set of activities that will accomplish a specific organizational goal. What is the organizational goal of an educational institute? To offer better services to the student and make him qualify in the examination. For that, I will do lot of things. I will give you material, I will give you study hours, I will conduct examinations, I will, I will check your answers. These all things. Those are all business processes of the college. Business processes of the bank, different. Business processes of the hospital, different. And everyone will do business processes as per their vision and mission. Now, how many types of business processes are there? Operational processes, supporting processes, management processes. What are operational processes? Operational processes are primary processes. Primary processes means the processes that you do to service the customer directly. That is called operational process. Let me tell you. I want my salespeople to be very honest, polite with my customers. Okay. So, whenever you come to my shop, my sales boy will behave in a very polite manner and will be very cooperative to you and will sell goods to you. That is an operational process. But when will my sales boy be polite with you? Will be honest with you? Because I need to train him in that way. So that is called as secondary process or supporting process. Do you understand? Supporting process or secondary process means these processes will help the operational processes. And what is management processes? What management will do? Management will make a lot of planning, management will see the reports, will make a lot of decisions. Those all things come under management processes. Okay. See, develop and manage products and service, market and sell, deliver products. These are all operational processes. These will be done by my marketing team and my sales team. But my marketing team and sales team should be honest, polite with my customers. Isn't it? So, how can I make them in that way? I need to train them. My HR team will train these people. Do you understand? Yes. See, whenever the Zomato sales boy has eaten the food in the middle and has delivered the remaining food to the customer, Do you know what Zomato did? Zomato immediately appointed a psychologist team to train their sales boys. And this psychologist team told to the Zomato sales boys, Amma, if you are hungry, you should not eat customer food. Customer is God to us. Okay, you should not open the parcels of the customer and eat. You should not eat like that. If you are hungry, you need to eat on your own, like this. And they will tell what happens. And they'll tell what happens if you eat customer food and all. That is called supporting process. Okay. See, psychiatrist to help Zomato deliver right. This happened in 2019 because at that time only that video got viral. Immediately next day, the psychiatrist to help Zomato deliver right. And do you know how much they charged? 100 crores. The psychologist team, they charged 100 crores to give training. See, online food ordering service Zomato has hired psychiatrist Rohit Garg to counsel its employees. A month after one of its delivery boys was captured on camera eating out the packets he was carrying, causing a furor on social media. Okay, that is what I am telling. Now, what the psychologist will do? He will train the Zomatos. See, Zomato is making an attempt to build an environment that encourages professional help. Other than the delivery crew, Garg will counsel employees across teams 2 to 3 times a week. Em cheptadu? You should not eat like that. And that too on roads you should not eat like that. If you want to eat, you go to some corner place where no one is there. In that way? No. So now, what the psychologist team, this is also a business process, training the employees. But what this process is called a supporting process. Delivering to the customer is primary process. That is what I wanted to tell you. Yeah. Now, define the term business process automation, explain objectives or recognize the parameters. What is business process automation? In the name itself is there automation. That means remove the human element. Remove the humans. Why? These people don't listen, no? That is the problem. Be polite. He will not be polite with them. Now, these business people, they get lot of headache. Now they think, let us hire Sophia. Okay. Now, instead of this sales boy, there will be a Sophia. And you know, Sophia don't have any emotions. So that's why it will greet everyone in the same way. But this fellow, he has likes and dislikes. He likes some customers and he will say, welcome. And he don't like some customers. And he will behave in another way. But if you have a software telling good morning to everyone, software don't have likes and dislikes and emotions. It will tell good morning to everyone. But if you appoint me to tell good morning, I will tell good morning to some people and not to others. Because I like some people and I don't like some people. The biggest problem with humans is inconsistency of the service. I don't offer my service consistently to everyone all the time. But whereas if I use a software, for example, you go to an ATM, what is your experience? For example, if you go to that ATM since 5 years, every weekly once you are going to that ATM to withdraw money, but it will never ask you how are you, isn't it? Did it ever ask you how are you? Because every week you are coming, you are my regular customer. Will it smile? Will it ask you another question? What is your mobile number? It will not ask you anything. It will not ask you anything, isn't it? Every day you go, every hour you go, same questions it will ask. And same time, 40 seconds for every transaction. That's all. 40 seconds for every transaction. Fixed. So that is the beauty of automation. Business process automation. Removing the human element by automating the repetitive or standardized process components. See, something you are doing repetitively the same. So instead of human, why don't you have a machine there? People think in that way. See, that's why, what is the job of a teller? In my childhood, in every small bank, we used to have teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. And 3 people. And I used to get a doubt what they will tell us. They will tell us what the balance in your account and all. Okay. Now, their job is repetitive. Repetitive means what? Customer comes, fills the form, check the balance, tell him, give them the token. Now, one fellow thought, Same job every day. No routine. Okay. Then why should a human do that? Why should a human do that? Why don't we develop a machine? A machine came. What is that machine? Automated teller machine. Instead of human teller, we have an automated teller. Why? The job of the teller is repetitive, standardized. But you will not have an ALM, automated loan machine. Why? Because to give a loan, you need to think a lot of things. For example, one person comes, sir, I have a land in Broadipet. And another person comes, sir, I have land in Gorantla. So 100 cents of land in Broadipet, 3 by 11 is not equal to 100 cents of land in Gorantla. The value is not the same and you cannot give the same loan. So there is some creativity involved, there is some knowledge involved. So that's why you cannot develop a machine for that. But simply to check what is the balance in your account and to tell whether you can withdraw money or not, much intelligence is not required. That is standardized, repetitive. So that's why you will get a software. And this is a big warning to every one of you sitting here, because if in your job, if you do all the time repetitive same thing, coming, typing and going, one day your job will be done by the machine. But if you use some creativity in doing the work, if there is some need to use your brain, only then your job will be there. Because your job cannot be automated. You understand? Some 10 years back, if I want to book a gas cylinder, I used to call the gas company. And one lady used to lift the phone and tell number Japandi and all. Then today we have IVRS system there. That means that process is also automated. Why? Number Japandi and Japi, just to write down the number and pass it on. Why a human is required? A machine can do that. A software can do that. Isn't it? Yeah. Business process automation is the technology enabled automation of activities or services that accomplish a specific function. That means using technology, you do that. And it can be implemented for many function of companies' activities, including sales, management, operations, supply chain, human resources, IT. Everywhere you can use automation. Instead of human doing the work, you can use some software to do the work. Now, what are the main important things for the success of a BPA? Confidentiality, integrity, availability and timeliness. What is confidentiality? Confidentiality means what? In humans, you will not have that confidentiality. 2 days back, 16 crore Indian customers' data got leaked. Why? In Telangana, question papers got leaked. Why? Because the people working there took pen drives to the server room, copied the question papers and brought them outside. No confidentiality. But if you use a software to do that, software will not have friends and relatives. Software need not buy cars. Humans need to buy cars, no? That's why I need to do some illegal things and I get some money and buy the car. But software need not do that. So there will be confidentiality and above all, integrity. Integrity means what? Integrity means what? For example, I am sitting in the bank counter giving loans and a friend of mine came and he is my close friend, thick friend, bosom friend, best friend, these all friends. And what I will do? For all others, I am charging 9% interest. And for this fellow, I will write 8% interest. Where is integrity there? Integrity is not there. Likewise, availability. The data should be available whenever and wherever you want. And above all, the most important thing is timeliness. For example, I want some data and I call my employee, you bring the data. He will, 2 minutes sir, I will be here. But that 2 minutes will be 2 days or 2 months. But if everything is automated, I can get the data on time. Timeliness is there. Okay. Now, this is again important question. What are the benefits of automating the business process? Quality and consistency. This is what I am telling. BPA ensures that every action is performed identically. For example, CM has gone to ATM. Okay. And I am also a CM. Common man, isn't it? So, I went to the ATM, but ATM asked the same set of questions. But human, if chief minister comes, the questions you ask, the work you do will be very fast, on the dot, everything. But if a common man comes, there will be delay in the service. So there is no quality and consistency to all the people in the same way. But if you use a software, it will do with the same quality and consistency. The work is performed identically. That means The work will not be changed. Okay. For example, I am sitting at the counter. A close friend of mine came. What I will tell? You come that way. You come at the back. I will tell in that way. But ATM never tells come back. Isn't it? Everyone stand before only and do the transaction. But human, come back. Why you are standing in line? Such a long queue. Come back. We are digging our own graves because of our emotions, because of our bad qualities. Otherwise, see, we only give ideas to the people to develop technologies and machines. If you do your work perfectly, people will never get an idea to replace you. If you don't do your work perfectly, then people start thinking how to replace this. They start BPR, business process reengineering. You know, BPR in your strategic management is a subset of this BPA, business process automation, is a subset of BPR, business process reengineering. You should not see subjects apart. SM means management, no. What BPR tells, what is business process reengineering? You need to think, you need to have a fundamental rethinking, and you need to redesign the process in its entirety. These sentences will be there in your SM material. Okay. You need to rethink about the process in its entirety. That means you need to think how this process should be done. And you need to use technology. How you will use technology in BPR? SM sir tells you need to use technology to re-engineer your processes. Now EIS sir tells you need to make business process automation. That means you need to join these two things. In order to redesign your processes, you have to automate your business processes. That is BPA, business process automation. Okay. Time saving. I need not explain that. Visibility. Visibility means what? If you ask a human, how much the work is finished? He will say, finished sir, almost finished, 2 minutes. I'll tell the same thing to my boss. To Prakash sir, I'll tell the same thing. Prakash sir asks, sir, what is the status of that work? I'll say, 2 minutes sir, I'll come. And I'll never go. Okay, till the evening, I'll never go. But machine, you booked something in Amazon. You can find the tracking order. You can find the tracking. The work is visible. Okay. Improved operational efficiency. Improved operational efficiency means what? In order to deliver the money, ATM is taking 40 seconds. But you appoint a human there, he takes nearly 2 to 3 minutes. Operational efficiency. That means you can serve more customers in less time. And governance and reliability. See, governance and reliability of humans is very less. Governance here means control. You cannot control them. You will have lot of leaves, earned leaves, casual leaves, health leaves, duty timings. If duty timing is 1 hour extra, lot of frustration, stress, strain, these all things will be there. But ATMs, they are standing there 365 days, 24/7, no holidays, no Sri Ram Navami, nothing. And controlling them, what is happening inside them, controlling them is very easy. And as they don't have any emotions, and as they don't don't resort to illegal things, reliability also will be there. And reduced turnaround times. What is a turnaround time? The time it takes to complete a process is called as turnaround time. Okay. For example, if you appoint a human teller, he will take 2 minutes to complete a transaction. The same thing is done in 40 seconds by a ATM. Reduced turnaround time. And obviously reduced cost also. Initially, to purchase an ATM, it will be some 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs initially. But if you appoint an employee, he will have bonus, advance, this, that, lot of things will be there. If you compare both of them, it will be reduced cost. Now, business processes should be automated. What types of business processes should be automated? What types of business processes are automated? This is again a warning answer to every one of you. Because you should not fall in these points. Because if your job falls in these points, that will be automated. Okay. What is the first thing? Processes involving high volume of tasks or repetitive tasks. Long queues, but same work. Why human? Replace. Replace it with machine. What is the next one? Processes requiring multiple people to execute. This is the biggest headache. You go to some government office or somewhere. you want some birth certificate or death certificate, and 3 people or 4 people need to sign on that. So 3 people need to sign on that. 2 people signed it, and the third person is not there. You ask it, sir, when will this sir come? The other person, I don't know. And another, you ask another, sir, when sir will come? He went to Tirupati on tour. 1 week he'll come. Okay. And sometimes, these 2 employees, they quarrel among themselves and they do not finish your work. In Telugu, you have a proverb, urumurumi mangalam meeda padindani cheppi. Okay. Allu kottukunte manaki debba ayipothadi ikkada. Okay. These all things are there. Okay. That you cannot find in automation. And time sensitive processes. Time sensitive processes means time is very important. Within seconds you need to do the work. You do not make the customer. That is BPR. What BPR tells, you should not make the customer to stand in the line. You have a diagram in SM where the person, for example, I have taken one hour permission in the office and went to a bank for some work, and there is a long queue in front of the counter. What I will do, I will look at the time. I have asked one permission, campus in charge is calling, I need to go. These all things will be there. But if the same work can be done with an ATM, I need not go in office hours because that will be there 24/7. Okay. And here, this person, while doing the work, in between he'll go for chai. He'll go for powder room or somewhere. Powder room is washroom. Another name for it. Okay. So these all things will be there. And the time will be dragged. The time will be dragged. And the time sensitive processes will not be there. So if you eliminate all the wasteful processes and do the work, you need to go for automation. Processes involving need for compliance and audit trail. Audit trail means what? For example, I have done a transaction. What happened in the transaction? For example, some transactions may be wrong. So we need to check out, we need to cross check where the transaction went wrong. If it is human, you need to depend on his memory, and he will tell, no sir, I did like that only. No, I did not erase that, sir. I don't know. But in the case of machine, everything will be there. You can have an audit trail. Next one, processes having significant impact on other processes and systems. This is what I am telling you, See, one department has to do one process, and that is transferred to another department. But the first department is not giving the work to the second department, and finally the work will be delayed. The process will be delayed. So in all these cases, it is better you automate the things rather than depending on the humans. Okay. Now, what are the challenges of business process automation? Automating redundant processes. Only you cannot automate creative processes. Creative processes means what? Where you need to think, where you need to apply your brain, where you need to apply your knowledge. You cannot automate them. But what you can automate? Sometimes organizations start off an automation project by automating the process they find suitable for automation without considering whether such processes are necessary and create value. See, when you are automating, you need to understand, if I automate this, will it really create value to the customer or not? If it do not create value to the customer, okay, what is the use of it? For example, customers can open the door and come inside. But now I have devised a machine, door opening machine. Whenever customer come near the door automatically gets opened. Automation. Now I should think, to have an automated door and all, it will be a costly affair. Okay, if it really creates value to the customer. If you say, sir, many customers, they are hitting the door because they simply see like this and they come and they are hitting the door. So it is better when the customer comes, if the door automatically opens, it would be create value to the customer. Otherwise, every day 2 or 3 customers, we are taking them to the hospital, they are hitting their head to the door. In that way, you can go for automation. But on the other hand, if you simply say, sir, it would be better. Last month I went to America and there I have seen where the doors are automatically opened, and I felt that in my company also, if that kind of automatic doors opening system is there, what is the value it creates to the customer? It will not create any value to the customer. Okay. Now, defining complex process. See, some processes are very complex. See, I'll tell you. Timetable management software. Prakash, your dream is to have a timetable management software. And we consulted many companies. but they could not develop a software for that, because timetable in our organization is a very complex process. In schools and colleges, it is a very simple process. You will have fixed time, and if the faculty do not comes, another faculty engages the class. But here, that is not the case. We have lot of complexities involved here. In colleges and in schools, what happens? Lunch break for all classes at the same time. But here, not like that. Break time, same for all the classes in schools and other colleges. But in masterminds, not like that. So our process of timetable making is a complex thing. And in order to automate that, that means if I want to make timetables without humans, what I should do is, I need to define that process very clearly, and the other person also should understand that process clearly and need to develop a software. So sometimes it do not happen such easily. Okay, so defining the complex process, then you cannot understand. And the third one is staff resistance. For example, you are all staff working in my organization, and today evening I conducted a staff meeting and I told you, dear staff, from tomorrow you need not come, because we are using a new software. Okay, and tomorrow that software will do all of your work, and today we will cut the cake and you will be given one piece of cake, eat that and go away. Will you simply go away? Will you simply walk away? Huh? What do you will say? Tiyandra janda, ayandra tento. Hartal, dharna. Okay, automation should not be there. That's what it happened when automation was done in banks. Okay, when automation is done in railways, they laid down on the railway tracks all these bank employees and all. Stop automation. Computerization should not be done. Automation should not be done. It is a process which is against to the labor systems. These all things will be there. Staff resistance will be there. No acceptance will be there. So sometimes when the staff resistance is more, you need to be very careful. Okay. See, Amazon has automated all its warehousing processes. That means today's in America's Amazon warehouses, everything is automated, no human intervention. Everything is done automatically. But at that time, some thousands of employees are working in Amazon's warehouses. Do you know what Amazon did? Amazon told all their employees, till you find the next best job, we will pay the salaries. And to get you the new job, we will give you new skill training. And they gave lot of SOPs to the employees. Otherwise, what employees tell? If you simply ask them, boss, from tomorrow machines are coming, then you can take leave. If you tell that, what employees say? They'll make a revolt against your company. Okay. So that is the reason staff resistance will be there. And implementation cost. You know, for some technologies, the cost will be very high. So, and now the company may not be in a position to spend that much of amount for automation. At that time also we will stop automation. So these are the 4 situations where we will not go for automation. Now, what are the steps in automation? Define why we plan to implement BPA. First, you need to have an idea why you want to go for business process automation. Don't tell silly reasons like, you know, I have seen in America, I want to do the same thing in India, in Guntur. No. There should be a clear purpose and objective. And whenever you want to automate something, that should definitely create value to the end customer. See, anything that you do that do not create value to the end customer, it is useless. It is useless. Okay. Now, understand the rules and regulations and which enterprise need to comply with BPA. See, you have automated a business process, but that is against the labor laws of your country. Then automatically you have to face lot of legal problems. Okay. So that also you need to think. And document the process we wish to automate. Whatever you want to automate, you write all the process on a paper. Using flow charts and data flow diagrams. That is why in this lesson you have flow charts and data flow diagrams. Why they are used? They are used to document the process what you want to automate. Do you understand? Of course, right now I cannot show you, but now we are making a new website for our organization. For them, I have given the documentation in the form of charts, flow charts and all. Because I need to show them, no? I need to tell them. Otherwise, how will they know? Let me show you that. For our website, I have drawn this kind of document. I have made this kind of documentation and I have given it to the web development company. Basing on this, they will develop and give things to me. And I have also made some other documentation and how the website should look like, Okay, what charts need to be there. These all things. This is what is documentation. How I can make this documentation? Because I know what is the business processes, what are the business processes that are being there in our organization, and I have a deeper understanding about that. Basing on that, I have drawn all these diagrams and I have given it to that web company. And basing on that, they'll make a website for me. Do you understand what I'm telling? This is what is automate the tasks, document the tasks you wish to automate. Okay. And define the objectives or goals to be achieved by implementing BPA. That means you should have a clarity how much money you are spending. From that, how much benefit you will get. You will need to make a cost benefit analysis. And you need to engage the business process consultant. Business process consultant means what? You want software. You cannot make software on your own. Then what do you have to do? You have to consult the people. Okay. And what they will do first? ROI for the project. ROI for the project means return on investment for the project. How much you need to spend and how much of returns you will get. Okay, that all. If you are satisfied with this step 6 is very crucial, because this is the deciding step whether to move forward or backward. Take a front step or back step. Why? If ROI is not satisfactory, we will stop everything there, eat samosa and go away. Okay. But if step 6 is okay, if you have good ROI, then we will take a front step, we will move forward and develop the project. Develop the BPA means if ROI is okay, we will develop the business process automation software and we will test that software and start using it. Now, what are the risks of the thing? Yeah, this is important question. Business face all kinds of risks related from serious loss of profits to even bankruptcy. What are different business risks? The first business risk is strategic risk. Strategic risk means what? See, every organization will have strategy, but in order to make a strategy, your strategic management tells the second lesson, dynamics of competitive strategy. Dynamics means your competitive strategy should be influenced by various forces. If you don't clearly understand various forces of your business strategy, then you cannot make a right kind of strategy. And that will be a great risk to your organization. See, what is a great risk to your life? Your plans are great risk to your life. Why? Because you did not make right kind of plans. You did not make right kind of strategies. And that is going to be a big risk to your organization. Okay. And second risk, financial risk. Financial risk means what? Sometimes you will have great financial losses because you may be you may be in export or import business. Due to currency fluctuations, the dollar has become weaker or stronger, and that may have an impact on your organization. That is financial risk. And regulatory risk. You are doing your business, all of a sudden government introduced a new law. Government introduced a new act, and you should comply with that act. And if you comply with that act, you will lose a lot of money. Okay. So that thing, it happens. Regulatory or compliance risk. And operational risk. Operational risk means what? In your organization, in the business processes, some employees are doing some frauds. Why employees are doing frauds? Because there is a chance to do the fraud. There is a wonderful law. Okay, I'll show you that. There is a wonderful law you should never forget. What is that law? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That means what? There is a loophole in the process. What you thought? Nobody takes care about that loophole. But that loophole may not be taken care by you or the other person, but one person will definitely find that loophole and will try to exploit that loophole and make frauds. Okay. So you need to be very careful. That is the biggest risk to the process. Operational risk. Okay. That is why chartered accountants are appointed as consultants while making decisions and while designing the business processes. Why you people should study this lesson? Because you study the subjects like auditing. Auditing is such a wonderful subject where there should be a lot of impact on your life, because the thinking of an auditor and a normal person should not be the same. A normal person he believes in one dialogue. Look at one side. But auditor believes in the dialogue. Look all sides. Because there may be some loophole in the process and that may cause fraud. Next, hazard risk. Hazard risk means what? For your business process softwares and all, for your servers, if you have not taken insurance and all of a sudden there is an earthquake and you may lose all your data and servers. So that kind of hazard risk there. And residual risk, this is a very beautiful thing. Residual risk means what? See, even after studying auditing, even after studying strategic management, even after studying costing, even after studying operations management in CMA, if you still love the word zero, may God bless you. No one can save you in this world. You should not believe in zero, man. Because people like zero, we want zero risk. We want a job where there is zero risk. We want zero interest rate. Okay, we want zero everywhere. No, there will be no zero. Okay, if you love zero, you will be called as Nero. You know Nero Chakravarti? Okay, he has done lot of foolish things. Likewise, you will be called Nero. So don't believe in zero. Even though you take every care, but still residual risk will be there. ఎంత చేసినా ఎంతో కొంత మిగిలి ఉంటుంది. Residual risk. That will be always there. This is called as practical thinking. And who will have this practical thinking? Who are learning this in the classroom? It is chartered accountancy students. That is why the chartered accountants are the most sought out people in this industry, in this world. Because they think more practically. They think more practically. Because a chartered accountant knows, even though you take every care, but still there will be some risk that is left out. That is called residual risk. Okay. See, any risk remaining even after countermeasures are analyzed and implemented. You have analyzed risk and you have taken lot of countermeasures also. Even then, there will be some risk. That is called as residual risk. Okay. After completion of this lesson, we will take a break. Please hold on. As technology is taking new forms and transforming as well the business process and standards are there, what are the challenges of BPA? What is a technology? See, this is, I think, many points are there in this question and you need not write. It is enough if we discuss 6 points. Even while you are reading, you read just 6 to 7 points, that is enough. Don't waste your time reading all the things, right? Now, downtime due to technology failure. Okay, I have automated everything. Everything is done by softwares in my company. But all of a sudden, there is a voltage problem or there is an electrical short circuit and my servers down. And my servers are down. Now, where is automation? That is one risk. Next, second one, frequent changes or obsolescence of technology. Just last night, I have updated my Android. And today morning, again, a new update came. Okay. Changes or obsolescence of technology. And it warns, if you don't make this update, we are not responsible for any risks. Then again, I have to update. Okay. See, yesterday I read that Vodafone and Idea are in deep trouble. Why they are in deep trouble? Why Airtel is in deep trouble now? Because they have invested more on 3G technology. But all of a sudden, Reliance came with 4G technology and they made heavy investments on 3G and they could not get back the return on investment from 3G technology. And that has caused a risk to the organization. Do you understand what I am telling? Yeah. So, frequent changes or obsolescence of technology. Obsolescence means the current technology, you make a lot of investment in it. But all of a sudden, the technology is not used. See, you are having cameras right now in front of you. You know, you are having the third version of camera in front of you. And today, we are now upgrading to 4K cameras. And all these cameras will go waste within a short span of time. That will be the business in technology. Okay. We invest a lot of money and within 1 year, new versions comes. And if you don't upgrade, sir, if I don't upgrade, what happens? Your competitor will upgrade. If you don't upgrade, your competitor will upgrade. And what SM is telling, have an eye on your competitor, competitive landscape, competitive intelligence. Basing on that, you need to make decisions. If you don't do it, and none will do it, no problem. But if you don't do it, your competitor will do it. Isn't it? No. Multiplicity and complexity of systems. Lot of softwares, lot of complexity. That is not so easy to deal with. For example, in our organization, see, in this room, how much of complexity of technology is there? That is a different technology. If something problem with that, I need to know about that. Its operations and all. And this technology is different. And that OBS recording is different. The sound system is different. Okay, that projector technology, everything is working fine, but the projector is not projecting. That is a different technology. To set right one classroom, we will have different 5 technicians coming to the classroom. One will look at the projector, that department is different. One the camera guy, the other the network guy and the computer guy, and then next the OBS guy. These all should come as a team to set right a classroom in our organization right now, because multiplicity and complexity of systems. I cannot send a single person where he takes care of everything. He takes care of camera, projector, sound system. No. Multiplicity and complexity of systems, and different types of controls for different types of technologies or systems. See, you cannot have same controls for everything. No, the controls are different. The controls for attendance system are different from controls of examination system. Depending on the system, the controls changes, and you need to have all the controls in place, and proper alignment with business objectives and legal or regulatory requirements. See, you cannot make softwares on your own. For example, if I am using a software in India, for example, if I am using a salary calculation software, and that salary calculation software is not made according to the Gratuity Act and according to the PF Act and all, and it is making its own calculations, and the salaries are deposited in a wrong way in the employees' accounts, immediately what happens? Some employees may proceed legally against me. Am I right or not? That type of risk is there. So whenever I am using a software, what should I check? Whether it is following all the regulatory compliances or not, I need to check. Vendor related concentration risk. Vendor related concentration risk means what? This happens in case of banks and all, where they depend on a single vendor. Software from that vendor only, hardware from that vendor only, network from that vendor only, cameras from that vendor only, everything from that vendor. And that vendor one find a bankrupt. What about you? You will also raise your hands and say hands up, because you based on a single vendor, and that single vendor was out of the business, and you will be also out of the business. So that is the reason we should not depend on a single vendor for everything. And segregation of duties, very important. Segregation of duties means what? Who should do what work? Segregation means separation. See, this is a very important point. You should not allow a single person to do all the things. Why? Why? If that single person, see, men are mortal. Men are immortal or mortal? Mortal. May die at any point of time, all of a sudden. If a single man is doing everything, that would be fine if you say, sir, he knows everything, all the passwords he only knows, everything he only knows. But if something happens to him, if he is in a coma state, okay, the person is in coma and your organization will be also in coma, because no other person knows anything. So you should not do that. Segregation of duties. Okay. And if you keep everything with a single person, there is higher chance of fraud. Isn't it right or not? So that is the reason you need to segregate the duties. Okay. So those 7 points are enough. Now, discuss various data related risks. Very interesting. Data diddling. Data diddling means what? I am working in a university, entering the marks. One student got 14 marks, but that student approached me and offered me some bribe. Then instead of entering 14, I just reversed the numbers and entered 41. What I did? Data diddling. Data diddling. That means changing the numbers and all before entering into the computer. That is called as data diddling. And diddling has another meaning. For example, if your friend asked you what you are doing and you are simply wasting the time and you are simply spending the time aimlessly, then you can tell him, I am diddling. I am diddling means I am aimlessly wasting my time. I am not doing anything. So that is another meaning of the word data diddling, not data diddling. Data diddling means modifying the data when you are entering the data. And what is a bomb? Bomb here is a software that will be there in my computer. How it entered, I don't know. I might have gone to some website and that website might have this bomb, but somehow it got installed in my computer. Now, sir, when it will explode? And don't expect that you will get smoke and ash after explosion of this bomb. Not like that. It is a logic bomb. Logic bomb bombs can be two types, time bomb and logic bomb. What is time bomb? For example, a time will be fixed. Okay. Mid-afternoon, 12 o'clock on 31st, on financial year closing day, 31st March 2023, this bomb should explode and delete all the data in the computer. Actually, that bomb entered into my computer in the month of January itself, but it will not explode. When it will explode? On 31st March 2023, it will explode at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That is time bomb. Next, what is logic bomb? Logic bomb means whenever the user presses Control F9, this bomb should explode. And see, that bomb is there in my computer since 2 years. But in these 2 years, I never pressed Control F9. But today, I pressed Control F9. Now the bomb explodes. Do you understand what is that? That is called logic bomb. Okay. And now Christmas card. It happened in 1990s in IBM, where one person has typed some Christmas and immediately a Christmas tree appeared on the screen. If it appeared on one screen, it is okay, but it spread to the entire network. In all the screens, the tree appeared, and what you have to do? You have to restart the system. Okay. That means you will lose all your unsaved work. That is one. See, sadism take 101 shapes on 101 forms. I want to disturb you. In how many ways I can disturb you? 101 ways. Pichi 10 rakalu antaru kada. So, in that way, I can disturb you in 101 ways. I can disturb you in the form of data diddling, in the form of bomb, in the form of worm, in the form of virus, in the form of hacking, in the form of trapdoor. Worm. What is worm? Worm is like, it is not a virus, but you can think it works like virus, it will disturb your system. But what is the speciality of the worm? It don't require a host program like a Trojan. You know what is a Trojan horse? Trojan, see, you need to be, whenever you download some apps from the Play Store, there will be some Trojan horses inside it. That's why every day in tech news you will get, today Play Store deleted these apps. Why Play Store deleted those apps? Because there are some Trojan horses in those apps. Trojan horses means what? You will simply download the app, but along with the app, this Trojan horse also come into your phone. You don't know that. What you will think? You will think that you only downloaded the app, but along with the app, the Trojan horse also came. Do you understand? Yeah. So, but worm is like line. It comes single. It don't require any hiding. Okay. Trojan horse requires hiding. Trojan horse hides behind a main application and comes secretly into your phone. But worm, simhol lantidi, single ga vastadi. Okay. It directly comes into your device. Okay. And do all nonsense. What the writer of the worm asked you, the worm to do it will do. Deleting the files, changing the names of the files, or creating duplicate files. For example, if your computer is having 100 files, once the worm enters, your computer will have 200 files. What this worm did? Copied the files. Okay. Now, rounding down and salami techniques. This happens in banking industry most of the times. How? If I ask you, or if you ask me, sir, what is the balance in your bank account? I can tell up to rupees. Not even rupees, I can tell up to hundreds. Some 4,500 I am having, or I'll say 4,500 change I am having. Or can you say, in my bank account I am having 4,523 rupees 74 paisa? Can you tell that 74 paisa also? If you tell, that is fine. So, nobody remembers all these things. So, whenever you make a transaction, you made a transaction of 20 rupees 53 paisa. But how much got cut down? 23 rupees 60 paisa got cut down. Additional 7 paisa was cut. Who will observe all this? Who bothers about all this? But there is one proverb, little drops of water makes mighty ocean. Now what I can do? 7 paisa, 7 paisa, 7 paisa, 7 paisa, 7 paisa, 7 paisa from every one of you. It will be 7 rupees to me. Am I right or not? And do you make a police complaint against me for that 7 paisa? Do you register a complaint? And first of all, you do not notice it. Am I right or not? You never notice it. So people do like this. That is called rounding down. What is salami technique? Salami technique means these are people who follow some justice. What they do is, They cut 5 paisa for every transaction. And you will never notice that. 5 paisa from every transaction. Salami means, it's a French word actually. Sorry, it is an Italian word. Salami pizza you will have. So, a piece. What piece? Equal piece. Every transaction 5 paisa cut down. And that will be deposited into an illegitimate account. Some hacker's account it will be deposited. What is rounding down? 53 paisa rounded to 60 paisa. Round up or round down. What is salami technique? Only 5 paise. No rounding down. 5 paise in every transaction. That is salami technique. Now what is a trapdoor? See, trapdoor means, for example, I am a software developer. And while developing the software, I will have some shortcuts to work with the software. And I have delivered that software to you without closing those trapdoors. And somebody found those trapdoors and they will try to spoil your software using those trapdoors. Let me tell you. See, this is a trapdoor. While constructing this floor, I created this trapdoor. Okay. But while delivering to you, I forgot to close this door. And some other people found this door and they make illegal use of this particular door. Of course, this is trapdoor physically, but to make you understand the things I am telling you. In software also we do the same thing. We will have some shortcuts, we will have something. Who will have? The developers will have. But later on when delivering the software, they need to remove all those shortcuts and give it to you. But they forgot and gave those shortcuts. And some hacker found that there are some shortcuts in your software to enter illegally. And they exploit those things and they enter into your software. Do you understand what I am telling you? I am a software developer and for my convenience, I have created some shortcuts to enter into the software illegally. But while delivering the software, what should I do? I should remove all those things and I should give you no. But I forgot and I gave it to you. And some hacker found those trapdoors in your software. And what they will do now? They will use those trapdoors to enter into your software illegally. That is what I am telling you. Do you understand? Yeah. Now spoofing. Internet is all full of spoofing. Spoofing sites will be there. Because flipkart.com. You say FLIP till there. Now cart means KART or CART? KART. Now another person creates a website called flipkart.com CART. And if you go inside the website, everything will be same. Now what you will think? Flipkart. But that is a spoof site. And spoof site is also created for ICAI once. ICAI exam spoof site was created. That means with the same name. But the original site will be .net. The spoof site will be .com. Who bothers either .com or .org? Now you please tell me, if I ask you, is it google.com or google.org or google.net? Don't say like that. You will be in suspicion. .com or .org. So another fellow creates. The original site is google.com. Another fellow creates google.org. And if you go inside the site, everything seems to be same. And you will make a transaction over there. The original site is Flipkart, Amazon.com, AMAZON. Another spoof site, AMAGON is created. And you made a payment in Amazon, AMAGON, and waiting for the delivery. It will never be delivered. Because you have made money, you have made payment in a spoof site. Okay. And asynchronous attacks. Asynchronous attacks means what? They are spin-like insertions where nobody knows. See, synchronous, asynchronous. Whenever we are talking about synchronous and asynchronous, they refer to timing. So when these asynchronous attacks will take place? Say for example, all of us are having computers. I gave printing, she also gave printing, he also gave printing. And we will have only one printer there. And now all these print jobs will be in queue there. Or otherwise all jobs get printed at once. One paper mine, one paper her, one paper her. In that way it gets printed? No. Her printing work is being done. And my work will wait in the queue. And after me, another work is there. But one person, what he did, he removed my work. He removed my job. And I am waiting from 1 hour waiting, 2 hours waiting. When will the print come? All the other people, they are getting the printouts, but I am not getting my printout. What happened? Asynchronous attack. Asynchronous attack means some fellow, what he did? When my printing job is in queue, he deleted that. He deleted that. Do you understand what I am telling? That is called asynchronous attack. Asynchronous attack means I have given printing, amma, but the printing is not done immediately. My printing work is in queue. In that queue, somebody removed my job from the queue. That is called asynchronous attacks. And what are the types? Data leakage. Data leakage means what? I have stored the data and you have brought the pen drive and copied the data and went away. That is data leakage. And subversive attacks means what? Subversive attacks means I am sending data to other person, but in the meanwhile, someone came and modified the data. This quite often it happens in banking systems. And wiretapping or phone tapping is one and the same. Listening to what the other people are talking. And today in AP also, some people are complaining. Some politicians are complaining that our phones are being tapped. Okay. And now piggybacking. Piggybacking means what? This is also like that. Intercepting. Intercepting means what? In the name itself it is there. Inter means in between. Cept means cut. Intercept means when, for example, I am sending message to him. I am the sender, he is the receiver. But in between someone came between and he is listening what we are doing. Or sometimes he is modifying what we are doing. That is called as piggybacking. And you need to be very careful with piggybacking. Whenever if you ask Google what is piggybacking, it will say piggybacking of Wi-Fi. Piggybacking of Wi-Fi is different. Piggybacking given here is different. Piggybacking in Wi-Fi means unauthorizedly obtaining the password of the Wi-Fi and using others' Wi-Fi. That is called as piggybacking in Wi-Fi. That is different and this is different. But both are unauthorized. Piggybacking is always unauthorized. Okay. And both this question is also given in the exam. What are the risks in the BPA? First one is input and access risk. Input and access risk means what? I am entering data into the system, but I am entering inaccurate data. Spelling mistakes, or sometimes I am data diddling. Data diddling means wantedly changing the data. That is called input risk or access risk. Second one, file and data transmission. File and data transmission means what? Yesterday, one of our employees they are telling, she wants to send some file to my WhatsApp. She is sending, but I am not getting that file. The same file sent to another employee, it is going. But it sent to me, I am not getting it. What is that? Actually, I need to call WhatsApp people and ask what is happening, but I did not ask. So sometimes that kind of network or file transmission risks, file transmission errors will be there. See, this example, I am telling real example only. I have not created a, this is not a fabricated example. Okay. Yesterday it happened with my timetable in charge. She is sending some file to me and I am not getting it. Then what I did? She sent that file to another person and another file sent the same file to me. Then I got it. It happened really yesterday. So this type of things may happen. In technology, we can't say anything. And next one, processing. Sometimes the processors may go wrong. Instead of adding 2 plus 2 equal to 4, it may say 3. So processing risks will be there. Output risks. Output risks may be due to errors or bugs. That means the output may not be shown correctly on the screen. The output may not come correctly on the paper. And sometimes the output may be taken by the employees outside. Very important document. I gave one printout. And the employee has taken Xerox of it and has taken that Xerox copy outside. This kind of output risks also will be there. And data risks will be there, infrastructure risks will be there. Data risks means what? Unauthorizedly changing the data. That is called data risk. Infrastructure risk means what? Infrastructure risk means I did not take backup of my server. All of a sudden my server went down. I have no backup. That's a very big risk to the organization. Okay, so anyway, this is the last question. I will stop. Okay, now see how a particular question is being asked. This you need to understand. Morning session I told you, you need to connect your answer to the question. Don't simply and blindly start writing the answer. Now, what is this question? Explain any 4 risk management strategies. Very easy. What are risk management strategies? First one, tolerate or accept the risk. Tolerate or accept the risk means what? Sometimes you find that there is a risk. You find that there is a risk. But that risk is manageable. You need not worry about that risk. And even if you want to remove that risk, it will be a very costly affair. And that risk is not a big risk. Sometimes that situations will be there. So at that time, what is better? Which one is better? Which one is better? Huh? You tolerate or accept the risk. See, quite often this happens in the case of health. You will have a small health problem. Okay. And you went to the doctor. And doctor told, you can neglect it, no problem. Nothing happens. That comes due to age, no problem. But that is a risk. But you are not doing anything to get rid of that risk. Because doctor told, accept, tolerate, no problem. If it is very serious, yes, we will do something. Use some medicine or surgery or something. But that is very minor. But risk is risk. But it is very minor. So at that time, what you will do? You will consciously accept the risk. Consciously accept the risk means what? You know that there is risk, but still you accept it. Okay. And second one, terminate or eliminate the risk. If you find that a particular risk is of very high probability and it impact your organization very badly, definitely you need to try to eliminate or terminate the risk. And sometimes transfer or share the risk. What is insurance? Insurance means sharing the risk only, isn't it? Actually, it is your server. Okay. And when that server goes down, you need to bear the risk. But now you are paying some money to the insurance company and get it insured. And now you are transferring risk to the insurance company. When the server is down, he has to pay money to you. Isn't it? It is called transferring or sharing the risk. That also we do. And treat or mitigate the risk. There are some risks which you cannot totally eliminate, which you cannot totally terminate. What you can do? You can mitigate. Mitigate means make less. That means you cannot totally make risk 0. The probability of risk is 100%, but you made it 10%, not 0. Okay. So that kind of strategy, it is called as treating or mitigating the risk. Okay. That means you will try to minimize its effects. You will try to minimize its. Some effects will be there, but not many effects. Then you may ask me, sir, why don't you totally remove that risk? Babu, some risks according to the nature, they cannot be totally eliminated. Okay. Yeah. So we will stop here and come back. 5:30. Let's start with the next topic. Enterprise risk management. See, today, as you have seen lot of risks and every enterprise will have lot of risks, we need to have a mechanism in every organization to analyze the risk and to come out with different controls to mitigate these risks and to manage these risks. That all thing come under benefits of enterprise risk management. Now, here are very important lines. No entity operates in a risk-free environment. That is the first and foremost thing you need to understand. No entity functions in a risk-free environment. That is what I told you, don't like 0. Okay. Whatever care you take, how many controls you have, still residual risk will always be there. And even if you follow this mechanism of enterprise risk management, still you cannot guarantee a risk-free environment. But what you can do, the probability of risk can be reduced. That is what you need to understand, right? So if your organization is having a very good ERM policy, ERM policy means, see, your organization is having a policy. I want to analyze the risk. I want to know the risk. I want to analyze the risk. I want to mitigate the risk. That is called as ERM, Enterprise Risk Management. So if you have a very good ERM policy in your organization, what happens? You can align risk appetite and strategy. Many people fail here, you know. They make very big strategies, grand strategies, but they forget about the risk. It's bad. Babu, whenever you make very big or grand strategy, at the same time, you need to focus on the risks also. Whatever inherent risks you are having, you need to focus on that. Otherwise, you cannot execute your strategies. See, even in our personal life also we do that. I'm very weak and I have some migraine headache. But I make a timetable that I want to study for 18 hours a day or 19 hours a day. And some person tell me 4 hours sleep is necessary. 4 hours sleep is necessary for a normal person, man, not you, who are suffering from some health ailments. Basing on your health condition and basing on your health situation, you need to make a plan. You need to align your risk and risk appetite and strategy. Your risk appetite is low. తెలుగులో మనకు ఒక సామెత ఉంది, అరిగే కూడు తినాలి పనికొచ్చే మాట మాట్లాడాలని. I have no appetite, but I eat some strong food which is indigestible. Can I digest it? And you did not look at your risk appetite and you made a very big strategy, grand strategy, and working very laboriously and working very hardly to achieve that strategy, and you will never achieve that strategy, you will never realize that strategy because you have forgotten the risk appetite. So that should be there. And link growth, risk and return. See, all the time we think about growth and return, but we forget about risk. See, every growth and every return involves risk. Without risk there will be no growth. Without risk there will be no return. So risk and return, they should be balanced. And enhance risk response decisions. Enhance risk response decisions means what? You need to understand, okay, I have 10 risks. In these 10 risks, what are data risks, what are business risks, what are strategy risks? That you need to classify. And then next, in these 10 risks, how many risks can be eliminated? How many risks can be tolerated? How many risks can be shared? In that way, you need to have a plan. And minimize operational surprises and losses. This is the most important learning everyone should have. See, surprise, you should give it to others, but you should never get surprised. Okay, that is the most important fundamental thing. In Reliance Jamnagar plant, one fine day, there was a fire accident. And the staff over there called Dhirubhai Ambani. Sir, there is a fire accident and the gas turbine has been exploded. What Dhirubhai Ambani said? Why you are in so hurry? Cool, be cool. What happened? Fire? Fire engines are working now? Okay. Cut the phone. Next morning, Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani and Dhirubhai Ambani, they are taking breakfast. And Dhirubhai Ambani said, last night, Jamnagar, there was a fire accident, it seems. There is an explosion, it seems. You go and take the photographs and submit it to the insurance department. And these are young people at that time. And they, Daddy, what is this? What is that? What is surprise there? Are we doing Amrutam business or oil business? Oil business. Oil is highly inflammable. You don't know that? So anytime there may be a fire accident. What is surprise in that? That is the practical thinking. But what we do? Fire accident. And my heart gets stopped. That surprises should not be there. And you need to minimize the operational surprises. Operational surprises means, for example, in your factory, conveyor belt is there. And that conveyor belt's lifetime is 1 year. So after 1 year, even though it is working, you need to remove it and use a new one. And you should not be of mindset, let it run, we will see its end. If you want to see its end, it will see your end. Okay, that should not be there. Next one, identify and manage cross-enterprise risk. Cross-enterprise risk means what? Earlier I told you an example. You depended solely on a single vendor. And one fine day, that vendor closes his business. What happens to you? It will have an impact on your business also. That is cross-enterprise risk. There is some problem with your supplier and you have a single supplier. That should not be there. And provide integrated response to the multiple risks. This is another important. Integrated response means what? For example, if there is a risk, you need to analyze the risk from multiple dimensions. What is the environmental impact of that? What is the financial impact of that? What is the technological impact of that? What will be the labor impact of that? Basing on that, you need to come out with a solution. But majority of the times, we only think financially and take the decisions. You should not do that. See, sometimes that risk causes lot of damage to the labor working in your organization. And if you just look at the financial things and if you stop attending that risk, what happens? If labor suffered any injuries or if labor suffered any death, then it will be a big headache to your organization. So you need to think in a right way. So seize opportunities. Seize opportunities means what? Some certain potential events represent opportunities. In future, you will have a risk. But see, for example, this COVID is definitely a risk to the organization. But for educational organizations, we have neglected online market that has given a new opportunity to tap the online market potential also. So all risks are not bad. Behind some risks, there will be some useful opportunities also. You need to find them out. And rationalize the capital. Rationalize the capital means what? In order to assess the risk, how much of capital is required? On which risk? For example, if you are in a mindset, I want to make all risks zero, you are called as a fool. No. You need to know risk management strategies. And accordingly, you need to spend your capital. Accordingly, you need to spend your money. Now, see, I am expecting one question from this ERM. Okay, I don't know which question, but definitely this is a very important topic. Now, ERM provides a framework for risk management that already we know. What are the components of ERM? Components of ERM means what? You are asking me, sir, if I want to have good enterprise risk management in my company, what should be there? What should be there? Very good internal environment should be there. Very good internal environment means what? Everyone working in your organization should be risk conscious, and everyone working in your organization should have knowledge about, at least some basic knowledge about risk management. Okay, then that is fine. And you need to have a very good objective. Objective means what? First you need to understand what is your risk appetite. Risk appetite means how much risk can you take, and basing on that, how much money you need to spend, how to eliminate the risk. These all objectives you need to set. And what events may cause risks. Event identification. See, earthquake is an, see, you read in newspaper in Taiwan there is an earthquake. In last night in Japan there was a earthquake. For you and me, it is an event. But if you have a house over there, that is a risk. So everything is an event, but what is the impact of that event to you? That is important. Okay, event identification and risk assessment. Okay, if that event takes place, what is the risk? And what should be my risk response? See, these three are linked. Event identification, risk assessment, risk response. Event identification, sir, this may happen. That is event identification. And if that happens, what is risk to us? How much of risk is there to us? Risk assessment. And how can I handle that? Risk response. And control activities. Control activities means what? What control activities you should take care to mitigate the risk. And this is the most important thing, information and communication. Information and communication means what? For example, I am at the top level management and I did not educate my low level management and middle level management about risk response, risk and these all things. There is a very big risk and my low level management did not identify that. And one fine day the risk happened and I got heavy loss. So that should not be there. So I need to pass on the information to all the levels of the management. I need to train all levels of management regarding the risk. For example, there is a class in charge here. I need to educate him regarding the risks that may occur during recording. If I did not tell him what he knows, he will simply sit there. Even though risk is happening, he cannot identify that. What is the use? So information and communication of the risk to all levels of the management is very, very important. Next, monitoring. Monitoring means I need to observe whether the risk management system in my organization is doing good or not. Or if any modification is required, I need to make the modification, right? So that is enough in this lesson. Now let us move on to the